We'd first like to start out and say thank you so much for your participation within this study. Your contributing has not only helped this study, but as well as the overall body of athletic training knowledge, HIPAA violations, as well as social media concerns that there were a few definitions that you saw within the study. The first one's HIPAA, and this is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. This was created in 1996 and is used to provide policy standards to protect patients' private medical records. An older law came in 1974, and this is FERPA. This is the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, and this was created to protect students. This specifically dealt with our study because at colleges and universities specifically, student health centers can be governed under FERPA because that is student medical records. As we continue, one more definition is for high-tech, and this is the health information technology for economic and clinical health, and this deals specifically with the security concerns with electronic medical records as well as anything electronic as far as health information goes. Within the questionnaire, we asked you to identify if there were HIPAA violations that occurred on various social media sites. This first one here of this Facebook post, we can see that the additional post does not have a HIPAA violation. However, what we are concerned with is the comment that the second person made. We know, based off of what they said, which clinical site they were at specifically, the sport they were working with, as well as the number of athletes who suffered this specific injury, which can give us to a specific group of people and we can know where this issue is. With these tweets, we need to worry about each one that you guys saw during the survey that you took. So the one on the bottom right-hand side that we can see that they actually tweeted at the patient. This is something that is probably the easiest one that you guys picked out because it goes directly to the patient, and we can see that at Zach Wink is going into surgery today. So that specifically gives away. Now the other two, you can both pinpoint down potentially to where the clinical site is. So if this person were to say that they mentioned their clinical site at another point, you'll be able to see that one of the athletes had a really high blood pressure and that somebody else had a Lachman's tear during basketball practice. So this is different ways that if people wanted to, they could figure out which athlete you were talking about specifically. For Snapchat, we can see that the first picture that you guys see that came up on your screen, this is a HIPAA violation because we can see that this patient has a tattoo on their leg and that is an identifiable mark. So that is something in which that person is identified specifically by their tattoo. So that is a HIPAA violation. We can see here with this snap that just came on your screen on the left-hand side, there's no HIPAA violations that have occurred here. You don't know who the athlete is, what sport they're with, where they, the clinical site is, or anything. So that is an okay picture. The picture in the middle is a HIPAA violation too because we can see that this athlete has a school and a sport identifier on, so therefore we are able to pinpoint the athlete, as well as we can see a full face picture of him. For Instagram, we can see that the picture on the left is a HIPAA violation. We see the whole patient's face. In addition, underneath, we can see that she was tagged, so we know that this is a HIPAA violation. The other two pictures, though, we aren't able to tell on the right-hand side who that patient is. We have no idea where the clinical site is, and we cannot see a team identifier, can't see anything of the face, can only see part of an arm and the legs. So there's nothing HIPAA violating with that picture. And then the picture in the middle is of a model, so there is nothing wrong with that picture. Many schools have started writing social media policies in which they encourage and require the students to follow specific guidelines when posting on social media regarding anything at their clinical sites or patients' private medical information. This is very important and should be considered. If your school doesn't have a social media policy, I recommend you talking to your program director about the implementation of one. At this point, you may be thinking to yourself, so what does this mean to me? Well, soon you'll be working as certified athletic trainers. If you were to post something that resulted in a HIPAA violation, that could result in the loss of your licensure, your certification, being sued for millions of dollars, But ultimately, patient medical records were leaked because of you. A good idea to live by is think before you click. One simple post on Facebook, a tweet, or a picture on Instagram could be something that could result in the loss of all that hard work, as well as we stress, the patient information that is leaked. It is important as NATA members to remember that we have agreed to the Code of Ethics. I have highlighted 5 here that deal with social media and the issues that we are talking about. We know that this is something serious, even more than just the lawsuits that may occur, but the patient's private medical information is even of greater value. If you have any further questions or concerns, we would love for you to contact us. We have provided 3 email addresses on the side of the researchers who were involved in this study and can help to give you further insight on questions, on rulings, or just anything you would like to talk about with social media, athletic training, as well as social media policies. Once again, we'd like to thank you for your time and hope you have a great day.